Hello, welcome to Back 40 Bushcraft. Happy 2022, everybody. Here I am, up my favorite mountain spot. I came out on my small Elan last weekend, but that's the only tracks that have been up here. And I hand sawed with my little Silky, a little couple ways in there. But yeah, there's a few trees. So this time I just brought the hawks, but I'm also pretty excited because some changes have been made and I've learned some more things. So this is the 78 Ski Doo Elan Deluxe, which would have initially had the 250 twin in there. But I have since found that getting up these kind of hills, towing a family behind my old vintage sleigh, is just wasn't getting enough power, and it honestly just wasn't that. Oh, come on now! I just wasn't that happy with how much I had to tinker with it. It would run really nice, and then lo and behold, one cylinder would drop, you know, that kind of thing. So I not so long ago picked up a 73 Scandic and I put a 335 in there. Oh my! This is my first real run. I actually shouldn't say first run. I took a run last weekend, and the rubber exhaust boot down there was so saturated with old oil from the twin that it almost caught on fire on me. So I didn't go very far. I was smoking pretty hard anyways. The 335 comes with a Tillotson. That's a Tillotson HR75 on there. For those of you that are interested, I believe there was one other earlier model, like a HR14 or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I didn't get much of a run last weekend. So this is my day today, just to get a bit of a run. I've got a friend and his kids and me and mine and all that. We're planning on going out tomorrow, so I need to make sure this is doing okay. Here's an issue I had with the exhaust that came out of the Scandic. It wouldn't go where my headlight is. Don't come too hard on me for damaging old stuff like that. I was just like, I needed it to happen, and I have another one so I can replace it. But here's the only real things I had to do. This plate is engine mounting plate was off of an 18-inch, so I had to cut 3 inches, leave this side, the bolt, exactly where it is, and then, you know, kind of measured this up with the 250 twin that I pulled out, and so just cut and drill. Hey, that's my kind of modification. I did do a terrible job of just doing a bit of a cutaway, just so it's a little easier for me to get that out. I can still tuck my guard up in front. The existing clutch cover that I had obviously was not working with that one, so I don't have that on there right now. And yeah, I've had a few sort of mishaps just today alone. The 250 had the Makuni, and so I had the primer line, and then I was coming up the hill, and then all of a sudden it just kind of died, and so I know I really think I just need to replace all my fuel lines. There's an air leak coming in there somewhere, but I realized the air leak was my primer line heating up on top of the head here. and so it melted, and so it wasn't allowing the suction to happen. So it's happened to me a couple of times already, so I suspect this whole primer line is going to have to come out. What I may have to do before I go home even today is just cut this off here and plug it, and that might do what it takes to get me home. I mean, it's running. I'll just keep running it. I forgot I did smell a bit of electrical smoke as well. And that was because I just had that wire, the headlight wire, up and on there. I thought I had it attached, but apparently not, because it fell onto the exhaust, and yeah, so that's a mess now. And now this Elan, of course, is modified. I've got the, you know, the Kimpex ski with the 8-inch skins, which really helped keep it afloat. But also at some point prior to my owning, the tunnel was modified, as you can see, and so I finally kind of figured out exactly, I think what it comes out of is like a Tundra long track. So this, I'm calling it a Tundra long track modification. The reason is I found the track number, and it's 139 inch, which is kind of right around that Tundra thing. And then, I don't know if we'll be able to see this, but my center ram popped out on me. So all I've done, I wasn't going home. I'm like, I don't, whatever. I'm gonna rip. I have a part sled with this exact same setup. So I've already got the cylinder off of there. I've hit it all with some, you know, ATF, the ultimate unlocker. Some ATF fluid, so I'm just going to keep trying to loosen, tighten until I can get that ram off, and I'll put the used one on and then see if I can find another one. Other than that, if you have a chance to put one of these in, I cannot begin to tell you just the difference it feels. And one of the curious things I had about putting, whether the 250 twin was enough power for all this extra track, and maybe the sliders are lighter. I don't know how much heavier with the ski skins and all that sort of stuff, but I honestly feel a bit brap going through. Like I just ripped through those creeks where last week when I went through with the smaller one, the stock Elan. I got so stuck in the creek, every one of them, and it was just a pain. But maybe that's why I was able to get through today. I just already cleared the path. Needless to say, that's about all I've got. This is my annual winter mission, is to make it up to the top of this, into the saddle, and then I can put the Altai Hawks. If you don't know the Altai Hawks by now, what's going on, man? Maybe you're focused on pandemics or whatever. Yeah. So a couple other things I'd like to do because of the long track, and I have a really super cool old sleigh. But something I'd like to do is I'm just going to run some sticks so I could put a flap down, and that way it isn't just tossing snow in the kids' faces the whole way. But whether that happens for tomorrow with the kids, who knows? As of right now, I'm just going to have a cup of tea, get ready, and I'm just going to ski up. I'd kind of like to see exactly how far these down trees are. I will come up with a chainsaw. I'm happy to tackle that. I'll bring chainsaw and snowshoes and just have a work day. I think would be kind of fun. I definitely heard some high mountain braps out there earlier. 335 Elan. It's so awesome. Silence of it all. The silence of it all. That's right. I put the twin in there, I don't know if that was a year ago, 2 years ago. So I'm trying to make a bit of a track so when I do come through with the Ski Doo, hopefully I can stay on the high side of that, because it took me a while to get myself out of there last time. Although it's pretty, there's some real melty stuff. The creeks are these huge little drops. No one's been up this way, not since summer. I'm gonna need to bring the chainsaw after all. There's quite a few trees down, unfortunately. So that's okay. This is kind of a benchmark point for me here, so I'm just gonna keep going. 20 to 2. Yeah, should be good to go for a bit. And that's how the hocks go on. I have a belt that holds it together, so they actually just sit, the tips just sit inside there. Put the little straps in the ski as well, and then tied one little strap there, one strap there, and then one that's just to the motor. Look at that thing, it's in there solid. Oh, let's see if this thing will even work. Oh yeah, oh yeah. A couple of shots right on in there. That's all there is to it. Oh man, that reminds me. I am going to put some earplugs on. Tail light bites the dust. Thanks. Pretty quick little video. You take the Ski Doo until you cannot go any further, and you go on the hocks, and you're going where people aren't going. It's beautiful. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You know, I'm averaging about 1 video a year right now, so you don't want to miss out. All the best.